Welcome to episode 105 of Let's Play Civilization 3, Play the World. Alright, we are continuing in our wars here. Now we're still at war with the Chinese, even though we're not really actively engaging them that much anymore. I have a battleship down there, and I find that the source of oil is still blocked off. They still can't use it, so that's good. But as it is, there are more important things to focus on than the Chinese. For example, see that piece of road there? Our troops seem to come through that, so I want to destroy it. Unfortunately, not every bombardment works. So, even though I try twice, I'm afraid nothing happens. So, better send him home before anything else can happen to him. Alright. Now what I'm going to do is use all this artillery that I captured from the Germans and use it against them, making their tanks easier targets for me, which is all very good. Now we'll weaken them up here so that when we attack with our tanks, it will be much easier. One thing I don't like is the huge gap between us and the Germans, because you never know what's going to be going on within that territory. You never know where their forces are going to be, but we will manage. It won't be long before we will have triumphant advances. I'm sure of that. Alright. I find out we have even more artillery in there. So, bring them into the fight. Why not? We'll shoot at as many tanks as we can. Alright, now we've reduced everyone to a pretty injured state. Now a lot of these tanks are left over from our fight, our initial fight against the Germans, when we destroyed their tanks that were within our territory. And now they're going to be healed to be used in the battle in a few turns. It's because we've used all of them, and they have to be healed, is why things aren't moving so quickly right away. It takes time for them to heal. Then once they are healed, I can use them all together. Now, it is time to take these tanks and destroy as many of the German Panzers as I can. Alright, gonna bring my infantry there, and that Panzer uses its ranged attack, whatever it's called, to attack the infantry as it was going by on the train, which is a bit bogus, but that's okay. So, get rid of as many of these guys as we can. Of course, I know that in letting my tanks have their 2 turns and having them sit there, they're going to be easy targets for the Germans to pick off. This is probably the very first time I played this game where the Panzers are actually helpful. Oh, and we killed one of their leaders, so that's good. But as I was saying, in every other game I played, the Panzers came too late to really be helpful, but they're having 3 movement points rather than just 2 is really helping the Germans right now. So, I'm just waiting until we get to synthetic fibers, so we will be on even footing, or better, with the Germans. You will see. Alright. Yet another injured guy. Oh, and to think that we were planning a glorious blitz of the Chinese before this all happened. But oh well. Such things rarely go as you planned them to go. I've learned that throughout this game, and throughout life in general, but that's, of course, a story for a different day. Alright, gonna have these guys fortify right up here at the front. That way we can have them easily ready for whatever actions we will see fit to have them do. This is going to be a long push to get them where I want to get them, but it's something we'll have to do. Now you might be wondering, why the heck are you still worrying about the Celts? And my only answer to that is, well, Celts and I go back a long way, and this kind act of invasion is a way of showing them that I still care. You know what I mean? I invade them because I care about their annihilation. Yes, indeed. But don't let that take away. Our main enemy is still the Germans. So, taking all our new tanks, and we're going to move some into New Delhi, from which I will launch an attack, hopefully in the near future. Right, send some more guys up, and yet more tanks that were injured in the fighting. Alright, let the automate mode take it. All my workers buzzing around to every corner of the Empire. Hopefully none of them are foolish enough to wander into areas where they can easily get picked off by German Panzers, but oh well. Alright, we'll have yet another shooting of a Chinese person. Chinese soldier, I should say. Alright, continue our bombing raids. Can't really bomb anything German right now, which is a bummer, but hopefully that will be fixed in a few videos. Give another shot to the Chinese city before sending him home. Right. I'm just going to have him protect the destroyer, so with double power it should be very well guarded. Man, I wish the Koreans would have held on a little bit longer. You know, they would have made a great buffer between us and the Germans, but they just weren't strong enough. Just like my battleship doesn't seem to be strong enough to annihilate that last source of oil for the Celts, but that's okay. Hopefully that will soon no longer matter. Alright, and here come the Germans to kick our asses once again with their 3 movement points. So this guy destroys 2 tanks and goes off to wander around, I guess. And here they come for the Horde 2. It's a concentrated attack. Well, as concentrated as AI attacks go, because those are never really that concentrated. But the AI does pick a goal, and in this case it's Lahore 2, and they're attacking it. So I managed to hold off a few of them, but not as many of them as I like. So in they come. But fortunately, I believe this is their last guy they have. Nope, there's another one. Or maybe it's the same one, I don't know. But at any rate, the city is safe. And what's this? They come from behind to attack our force attacking the new Celtic capital. But oh well, such things can be expected. The Celts have their own tank. Well, that's annoying, but I don't see how that's going to last very much longer. Alright. And the Chinese with their bombing of us. Sending another useless marine out there. Alright. Moving their battleship along. now it's back to us, and we shall continue this in our next episode. So, hope you enjoyed it. A lot more fighting is coming your way on episode 106, so I look forward to seeing all of you there. So long, everybody.